welcome to another episode of PSLE Science Made Simple. I'm Noelle and I'm a PSLE Science specialist here at the Pique Lab. In this video, I'll be analysing a past year examination question on the topic of reproduction. I've also prepared this question for you to download for free by clicking a link in the description box below. So let's get started. Question 4. The diagram below shows a developing baby inside a mother's womb. And since the baby is developing inside the mother's womb, the baby must be connected to the mother. But how is the baby connected to the mother? It is through a tube, also known as the umbilical cord. And on which part of the baby's body does the umbilical cord connect to? It is at the belly button. And what is the function of the umbilical cord? Well, let's think about it. The developing baby is a living thing, and all living things need air, food, and water to survive. And specifically, what kind of air does the baby need? The baby needs oxygen. What kind of food does the baby need? Is it the undigested burger that the mother has just eaten? No, the undigested burger will not just be transported to the baby. Burger must first be digested in the mother's digestive system into digested food, and this digested food must be absorbed through the walls of the mother's small intestine before it can be transported to the baby. Okay, so what kind of food are we looking at here? It is the digested food. So this brings me to the first function of the umbilical cord, which is to transport oxygen and digested food from the mother to the baby. And I will indicate this direction using a red arrow drawn in the diagram. Next, why do you think the baby needs oxygen and digested food? These are ingredients to respiration. And why must the baby carry out respiration? What is the important product that is released during respiration? It is energy. The baby needs energy to carry out life processes for the survival and growth of the baby. Okay, but is energy the only product released during respiration? No. Carbon dioxide is also released. Is carbon dioxide wanted by the body? Not really. So the baby needs to get rid of this carbon dioxide. Do you think the baby is going to crawl out of the mother, breathe out, and then go back in again? Not possible, right? That's not what the baby is going to do. So how is the baby going to remove carbon dioxide? It is also through the umbilical cord. So this brings me to the second function of the umbilical cord, which is to transport carbon dioxide and waste materials from the baby to the mother. And I'm going to represent the direction using this green arrow as drawn in the diagram. Next, when we look at this developing baby, we know that it has developed from an egg. But what is the name of this egg? This egg is known as the fertilized egg. And this developing baby must have developed from only one fertilized egg. And how do we get a fertilized egg? You will need one sperm to fuse with one egg to get one fertilized egg. Is it possible for two or more sperms to fertilize one egg? Well, that is possible, but the unfortunate truth is that if two or more sperm fuse with one egg, the egg will eventually die and not be able to develop into a baby. Okay, so if you want a fertilized egg to develop into a baby, you can only have one sperm to fuse with one egg. And do you know how big is a fertilized egg? A fertilized egg is actually as big as one full stop of a very sharp pencil. That is very small, right? And if you look at the developing baby, it is way bigger than a full stop. So how can a very small fertilized egg become such a big developing baby? Is it because the cell become bigger, that's why you can have a bigger organism? Not true. Every time you have an organism that is growing in size, it is not because their cells become bigger, but it is because they have more cells. So how does a fertilized egg form more cells? It is through this process known as cell division. So remember, whenever the organisms become bigger, it is not because the cells increase in size, but because you have more cells. Now that we are done analysing the diagram, let's take a look at the statements below, and we are supposed to determine if the statements are true or false. Okay, let's take a look at statement A first. Millions of sperms are needed to fertilize one egg. Does this match what we have discussed previously? Did we say that millions of sperms are needed to fertilize one egg cell? No. Instead, we say that one sperm is needed to fuse with one egg to get a fertilized egg. Therefore, which part of this statement is wrong? Millions of sperms. Because instead of millions of sperm, we only need one sperm. Therefore, this statement is false. Next, let's take a look at statement B. As the baby develops inside the mother's womb, it does not require air or water. Well, just now we mentioned that the baby is a living thing, and living things need air, food, and water to survive. Does this match what statement B say? No. And which part of statement B is wrong? Instead of does not require air or water, it should be does require air or water. Therefore, is statement B true or false? Statement B is false. Next, let's take a look at statement C. The developing baby obtains its nutrients from the mother's blood which flows through the umbilical cord. And what is nutrients? Nutrients in reproduction in animals usually refers to digested food. And is it true that digested food is transported from the mother to the baby through the umbilical cord? Yes, it is true. Therefore, statement C is true or false? Statement C is true. Lastly, let's take a look at statement D. After fertilization, the fertilized egg will attach itself to the wall of the womb and then divide to form more cells. Remember, what is the name of this process when the cell divides to form more cells? This process is known as cell division. And is it true that the fertilized egg undergoes cell division to form the developing baby? Yes. Therefore, statement D is true or false? Statement D is true. Thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you found this video useful, do give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to check out more videos by us, do click on the links on the right hand side. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!